the growing population has an ever-increasing dependency on additional sources of energy. And the vast majority of that energy comes from coal burning.
You know, some young couples, they do not want a child. However, for other people, as far as I know, there are still many people who want to have a second child, or they tried to have a second child or a third child. They just don't see the point of the relationship between the population and the environment. Or if they do see, they may think that has nothing to do with themselves.
People being people, I recognize that it's a terrible problem, but I'm surely not the source of it, and my contribution to the problem's elimination is just minuscule, and therefore I don't have to. It's a kind of human characteristic, not just uniquely Chinese.
I think that the Chinese government, because there's such a strong grip on the country, if they want to, they can do something. If they want to change the air quality, if they want to change the water quality, they can drop that iron fist. It's just a matter of them wanting to do it.
It's kind of the problem that goes along with having an authoritative government. You have a problem, boom, fix it, get rid of it instantaneously. Because you can. You have the power, you don't have the bureaucracy, you simply do it. But the problem with a government that's a unitary government that has no kind of separation of powers is that everything is dealt with like that. So, for example, the long-term effects of a lot of things aren't necessarily taken into account.
Local people develop cancer many years because they drink the polluted water. That's caused government attention, and we hope the government can do something to stop it. In China, we have a lot of governments, right? The central government, provincial governments, and city governments, county governments. At each level, they have their own interests. That's why the law sometimes is not strictly performed, enforced.
The
pollution is mainly caused by the polluted gas, the polluted water, and the dust. But the government is taking efficient measures, like to put more money into the controlling of those three major pollution sources.
Even if they do continue to build all their nuclear plants, the percentage of energy will be 1% now to 4% of what it'll be once these plants are constructed. However, in the eastern parts of China and some of the northern parts as well, there's quite a lot of wind resources there, which could be easily harnessed. We have the technology, and they're capable of powering large metropolises down to the small rural villages at quite a cheap cost.
You see it on television, talks about it. The Chinese government itself knows it can do more. They're not talking about changing leadership, but they accept the right to be prodded by international organizations, by their own organizations, in order to do something about the environment.
Our government is trying its best to help China from suffering from this problem.
Well, the fact is they are doing some things. They're very proud of the fact, for example, that the number of clean days per year now has increased. And they're consciously aware of this issue, in particular with the upcoming Olympics in 2008 in Beijing. That area is making major efforts, I understand.
Do you feel that the government has done a lot to help?
I don't think so. But I hope the authority will do something. And nowadays, China are making a lot of laws about environmental protection. That's very good.
The government, yes, it does something, but still it's serious. I think maybe they don't treat it very serious.
Just now, just like that guy's thought, I didn't agree with him. I think our government have done a lot to improve our environment. The main point lies in that the awareness of people to improve their living environment.
But people are talking like this. People, it's true. People say we are having better conditions because before it was even harder for you to see a blue sky, you know. So now occasionally we can see a blue sky.
I trust the Chinese government. I trust them. You can imagine before Chinese was so poor and something is really bad. And now it really changed a lot. I think in China, the most popular word is change. Everything has changed.
They simply have to pollute to do it. It's an unavoidable just result of just the way that their country is evolving. And evolution is not something you can stop without having widespread anarchy and terror.
In China, especially in this period, we are eager to have economic growth, so it's a cost of our economic growth.
You know, China is under development, so you know the pollution is not, how to say, it's inevitable actually. The key point is that how you can develop economy while you try to decrease the pollution.
It's not a matter of them making a choice for conservation. It'd be great if it was, because then, you know, we could start some international treaties and so on and so forth. It's just a matter of what has to be done in the here and now to support the people.
Yeah, we are not developed. We don't have the money to protect our environment. And sometimes the people just want to do more business and don't care about the environment. And there are so many people here.
Here's a stage in Chinese evolution that we need to get through. We need to get through so that ideas like conservation and recycling and sustainable energy resources can be reached. And everyone is angry with the fact that, you know, here we are in this age, but the truth of the matter is it's a necessity. It's a necessity for every single industrialized country in the world to get through. It's all very saddening, but it's all very necessary.
Are you scared about having a child in the future because of the environmental problems?
I'm afraid so. Well, I'd prefer to live in the countryside.
Because it is my hometown. I love here. Yeah. Though it is the pollution is serious, but still I want my children live here.
I believe other people will try to give birth to many children because the sky will become blue again and the water will be clear. So why not give birth and let your child to live under the blue sky?